Hey everyone, it's Jeff Young, kinesiologist, and the purpose for this video is to explain how to insert assistance exercises into your program so that there's some method to the madness, because social media platforms, especially platforms like Instagram, are definitely creating a lot of madness when it comes to program design because of all the latest and greatest exercises that everyone is telling you that you need to include. But the question becomes, when do I include them? Where do I include them? How do I include them? What am I going to take out of my program in order to include them, since I can't spend all day at the gym? So I'm going to clear all that up with a little bit of common sense. In resistance training, there are two types of exercises: primary, such as squats, deadlifts, lunges, pull, and press exercises, and assistance exercises, which are defined as anything other than a primary exercise. The most efficient and effective programs revolve around primary exercises, but assistance exercises are also critical to include. One of the problems in today's world, brought on by social media platforms like Instagram, is the inclusion of too many assistance exercises with no method to the madness on how to insert them effectively. This video will help clear up the confusion. For general and special populations, there are certain assistance exercises that should be a must for every resistance training program. Aesthetic athletes, aka bodybuilders, purposely insert assistance exercises into their program and use them to create muscular symmetry around each joint. Strength athletes like powerlifters and strongmen purposely insert assistance exercises into their programs as well and use them to primarily increase strength at their weak areas, or what's called sticking points, in their primary lifts. For the rest of us mere mortals, assistance exercises should be inserted to create strength balance at each joint, increase joint stability, reduce joint pain or the risk of injury, and in some cases use them to improve joint range of motion, or even for physiological reasons, such as improving cardiovascular health. So here's a list of exercises or muscle groups that should be trained with assistance exercises, and just as importantly, the reason why it makes no sense not to include them. Starting at the foot-ankle complex, every program should include calf raises, both bilaterally, such as with the leg press calf raise, or unilaterally, such as in this example. Calf raises where the knee remains straight and all of the movement occurs at the foot-ankle complex strengthen the gastrocnemius, which is a muscle that crosses both the ankle and knee joints and therefore creates stability at both of those joints and reduce injury. From a physiological standpoint, calf raises improve muscle tone, which in turn improves venous blood flow back to the heart, which is critical for the large percent of the population that spends too much time sitting each day. Moving up to the thighs, every program for general and special populations should include knee extension and knee curl variations. Knee extensions are important because they include the muscle in the middle of the quadriceps, the rectus femoris, which isn't sufficiently activated or trained during multi-joint exercises like squats and lunges. Knee curls are important because they strengthen the hamstrings, which also aren't sufficiently activated or trained during squats and lunges. Because of this, including both of these exercises in a total body program can help improve knee stability and reduce both joint pain and the risk of injury. These exercises are also helpful in balancing strength around the knee. At the hips, for knee, hip, and low back health, it's extremely important to strengthen in what's called the frontal plane, which is side-to-side movement. Examples for the adductors, or groin, include exercises where the knee is straight, such as these. Or where their knee is bent, such as with these two exercises. My toolbox for the abductors, or outside of the hips, includes sideline clams because of the rotation component, side lying leg raise with an ankle weight, side stepping in monster walks with a TheraBand, and cable hip abduction because it kills two birds with one stone, strengthening on the working side and improving stability on the non-working side. While multi-joint exercises like squats and deadlifts will improve low back health and reduce the risk of injury or joint pain, it's also important to include assistance exercises which specifically focus on the low back, such as extension holds, the Roman chair low back strengthening exercise, and prone bird dogs, which strengthen the multifidi, which are deep muscles that attach vertebrae to vertebrae. Moving up to the shoulder, and for both shoulder and neck health, resistance training programs need to include rotator cuff strengthening exercises, such as this cable lateral raise exercise, or some form of 90-90 exercise like this one using the cable machine. And it's also critical to strengthen the upper back, especially with reverse fly variations. And exercises such as the cable face pull. Two final exercises on the list include Romanian deadlifts, which should be included in most people's resistance training programs for two reasons. First, while knee curls strengthen the hamstrings, the emphasis is placed towards the end of the hamstring closest to the knee. Romanian deadlifts also strengthen the hamstrings, but this exercise places the emphasis on the part of the hamstring closer to the hip. It's important to include both to create better balance. Romanian deadlifts can also be used to help increase range of motion in tight hamstrings, which is a problem with a lot of people. So this is a great exercise which serves several purposes. And lastly, barbell or dumbbell pullovers are important because when performed properly, they can help improve shoulder mobility, which is also a problem with many people. Make sure you check out my videos on how to set up your resistance training program in the 10 to 15, 8 to 10, and 4 to 8 repetition ranges so you can understand better when and how to include these exercises. So if you make sure you revolve your program around the primary exercises, such as cleans, squat variations, deadlift variations, multi-directional lunges, pulls, and presses, and then insert the assistance exercises that I suggested, you'll have everything you need in your program to take care of strength, strength endurance, hypertrophy, and performance goals, as well as what you need to prevent joint pain or injuries at each major joint. Because for general fitness, and the truth is, even for most athletes, there's really just no need to get caught up in all these different exercises. Master the basics, throw in your assistance exercises for joint health, include movers and stabilizers for your core, and you're good to go. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.